Hey, we're here in House Church. This is a church that meets at Tim and Brittany's house. And I'm interviewing Joel and Tim just for a minute here. First of all, explain what a CO2 is. What does that mean, and what does that mean to you guys? What does that look like?
Joel?
Yeah, it's an acronym for Church of Two. You know, when you're gathering his name there, he's in the midst of them. And it's just a way of making connectedness throughout the day. Not just waiting until you gather at the end of the week, but really checking in, being accountable, and being able to speak truth in each other's lives, hear from God, pray together.
You've been doing the CO2 for how long, the two of you?
A couple of years? No. It's been
About
like
10 years.
a month? No, 3 weeks, 2 weeks?
About 3 weeks.
Yeah.
2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. And Tim lives up here in Castle Rock, and Joel, you live in Colorado Springs, so you're not right next door to each other. How do you work that part out?
Well, cell phones.
Okay.
Figured out that it's going to eat up a lot of minutes, so I put him on my friends and family plan, so I got unlimited, and yeah, we're on 2 different carriers there, so there's ways to work around those issues.
Do you kind of schedule a time when you're going to talk? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when you talk, when you talk on the phone, what do you do? What makes this church?
Go ahead.
Where does that go?
Well, we do 2 basic things. Usually we check in on a heart level, and by doing that we'll share what emotion we're feeling. So one of the sachet emotions: sad, angry, scared, happy, excited, tender. And we'll also share what we're hearing from God for the other person, and maybe even what we heard for ourselves. So that's.
So you're kind of listening on behalf of Joel, and he's listening on behalf of you?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And it's how frequently do you do this?
Daily?
Daily?
Mm-hmm.
What's the value of the daily part? Why has that been meaningful to you guys?
Yeah.
Well, there's a certain level of, God renews His grace each day, and to live on what we received the day before is a lot of times like, well, I can't just coast on these fumes forever. I need a new portion for the day, and there's every time that we've done it, I've ended up feeling better than when I started. That I've gotten a touch from God, that somehow, I'd receive His peace, or I'd receive a word from Tim that was just dead on. And so, yeah, it's okay, man, moment over.
Romance.
Okay. Tim, what's it meant to you? Why has this been valuable to you?
Yeah, I would agree with what Joel said. I have felt empowered, and I think over the last couple of weeks I've had some downers. I've had some stuff going on with me physically that's been hard, and every time Joel picks up the phone, he is like, I feel rejuvenated. I don't feel afraid or worried anymore. And really I get to experience the fullness of Joel, which he's this, like, the word that reminds me of Joel is epic. He's
Epic?
Epic.
Yeah.
And so he calls that out of me, the part of my masculinity that God's made to be epic, to live that adventure. And so in this season of my life, I'm getting to experience Joel. I think because it's daily, I'm experiencing that more than just at house church.
Yeah.
So, and he's been saying that I've been encouraging him, which is praise God. But it's been a source of stability and strength, and it's fun. Joel's a crazy fun guy.
So it's not something that's like, oh God, I have to do this again. It's not. It's something you look forward to, and
Yeah.
it's really encouraging. I think of Hebrews 3:13.
Yep.
Encourage one another daily. Sounds like you guys are experiencing that.